Okay. All right. Welcome everybody to today's webinar on filing claims and appeals. Today is September 12th, 2024. My name is Michael Cisneros. I'm a training coordinator with the California Department of Veteran Affairs. Just a little bit before we jump into what we're here for. This webinar is being recorded, and the chat feature is going to be shut down for the purposes of this webinar. However, if you have any questions for myself or for the guest speakers, then you can use the Q&A feature that is here within the program. I apologize. I am a little sick, so I am trying to do my best to speak. But anyways, use the chat feature, or I'm sorry, use the Q&A feature. We will be putting resources within the chat, and so we don't want your questions to get lost within those resources. At the end of this webinar, we will have a short Q&A questions and answers time for you guys to ask any of those questions that we didn't get around to in the Q&A. We may use your questions to facilitate that part of the event as well. So I'm going to now pass it on to our County Veteran Service Office in San Mateo. Alex Ayag, I'm sorry, is the Veteran Service Officer there and is going to be able to talk to you a little bit about what they do for veterans across the state, and also going to talk to you a little bit about that appeal or the claims and appeals process while we're at it. So go ahead, Alex, when you're ready.
Thank you, Michael. You mind if I share my screen too, if that's okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine. Let me stop sharing.
All right. Let
Okay.
me just. Thank you.
Mhm.
1 second. Are you able to see my screen or no?
Yeah, we can see your screen. It's in presenter mode though.
Okay, let me see if I could switch it then. Sorry. Um, just gotta figure it out really quick. Okay, can you see it now?
We aren't seeing anything shared on the screen just yet. No.
No kidding. Okay, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Mm, Let me do it through here then. Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
again, hi, my name's Alex. I'm with the County of San Mateo Veteran Services Office, outreach coordinator. So I do basically connecting families and veterans to our veteran service representatives to help them get counseling on veteran benefits and other resources in the community. Um, so just a little overview of our county. The numbers are a little skewed from 2021, but the big number at the top, we do have 22,415 veterans reported in the County of San Mateo as of 2023. We see growing populations. Our largest is the Vietnam era veteran population, which is really important right now with the CalTAP, which I'll go over a little bit later. We also have the smallest group now is going to be the World War II veterans, as you can expect. Since then, too, those numbers are just dwindling because of how far removed we are from that war. The fastest growing population is our women veterans. They are also the most difficult to report because they are the least likely to report that they're veterans. Many different reasons why. But in County of San Mateo, that is our fastest growing population. Our largest right now is Vietnam era veterans. So a lot of the services you'll see will be kind of tailored towards what you see in your own county as well. But California does have CVSOs in each county, and we're all accredited through Calvet. In short, this is what we do as a county veteran service office. The providing veterans and their families with counseling would be the biggest part. So filing claims through the VA, helping families connect to their disability compensation, healthcare. If they have children, they can access to education, which I'll go into more detail in the next slide as well. Excuse me. The biggest thing too, being accredited through Calvet, we have access to act as the power of attorney and file claims on the family's behalf to get VA healthcare as well as other benefits that exist. And then we'll go into all the other types of services that we provide. So being service connection disability being the biggest one, but that would be just one of the services provide. A lot of veterans come in for their driver's license and their disability placards, which we are accredited to do the verification for. So you can go to the DMV and get that. DIC, that is also known as death pension, and survivor benefits. That would be if a veteran passes on from a service-connected disability. We help file the claim through the VA through that. Also connecting them with different support groups, service providers in your county is something that your CVSO should be able to do. So if it's something outside the VA realm, as in VA healthcare or finding a pharmacy, if you're looking for social support, American Legion, if you're looking to for education benefits, those are things that you could reach out to your CVSO for and get a little bit more information. On top of that, burial benefits, the pension insurance, records requests. If you can't find your DD 214, which is pretty common, we can help request that for you. Discharge upgrades, college fee waivers, and like I mentioned, the driver's license, veterans designation. Again, these are just some of the other programs that not only the CVSO should be able to do, but there are other benefits that veterans can get access to. So veteran healthcare, that'll be something I'll keep repeating, would be the biggest challenge for veterans and for families to look into. They expanded healthcare to veterans in 2022 with the PACT Act. So when veterans that were formerly unable to get access to healthcare through the VA are now being accepted, there are avenues to do it. The toxic exposure risk assessment being one way to look to see if a veteran is eligible for VA healthcare, looking at their discharge character rating to see what they qualify for, and we have connections to get you guys enrolled in VA healthcare. Um, Housing program. So help you connect to HUD VASH, which is the program through the VA to get housing in the county. There's a program that we connect you to, as well as working with other programs as Life Moves and Nation's Finest to get you into with a caseworker to help you look into housing for like the three that are up there: immediate, temporary, and long term. Mental health support, that would be kind of like the Peninsula Vet Center, vet centers all through the state. Um, Substance abuse programs too. We do maintain employment assistance. There are programs through the VA that give you help, as well as local employers that are looking for veterans. You'll see, at least in our case for our veterans, we maintain an employee page with updated careers that are available to veterans. Citizenship, that is something that we're able to do, as well as transportation assistance. Again, these are us helping you connect through the VA to get these type of programs. It's just a lot easier to do so than having to try to do it on your own, just because it is a large network of different service providers. And right now, we are doing our best efforts of helping it all be intertwined and be easier for you to access. Um, key issues for veterans is absolutely number one would be VA healthcare, getting access to healthcare in general. As I mentioned in the past, a lot of veterans were turned away from the VA because their conditions or their their character of discharge did not meet what the VA was looking for eligibility. A lot of that is different now, saying that veterans that were veterans with that are now serving um, through Vietnam, they have a lot of conditions that are now considered presumptive conditions, so they're more eligible to get into VA healthcare. Same with Gulf War veterans that were exposed to burn pits and now have chronic conditions, as well as veterans that were turned away for their character of discharge. You'll see that a lot too with Don't Ask, Don't Tell veterans who were given a discharge of other than honorable and lower discharges because of their sexual orientation. Not only are they able to get access to VA healthcare, but they're also being able to change their discharge rating, and we can assist with that too through the county. Support programs like we mentioned, housing, that would be a big one. So making sure that in our county, not in just our county, that we are helping veterans get access to housing. Homeless veterans were an issue a few years ago in our county, and we're slowly dwindling away at that number to be virtually zero with homeless veterans. But again, that is something that we keep track of in our county to see how many homeless people are in, and if we can identify them as veterans, then those veterans are referred refer to us to look into how we can help assist them getting into better housing, healthcare, compensation, anything we can help them with. And like I just kind of mentioned too, the disability compensation program would probably be the biggest too. Probably the meat and potatoes of what we do is help filing those claims for veterans. It is on average 6 to 9 months faster to work with a CVSO to file a claim rather than doing it independently, just because there's training that's specialized for us to know how to file a claim, how to gather all the evidence to make it much easier and faster for veterans to access their benefits. So, if you don't mind, I'm going to talk about service-connected disability. Again, this is going into the claims and pension side. Service-connected disability is a chronic condition that you are suffering from currently that is in some way connected to your service. For example, if you have hearing loss and you were in service with around the shooting range, firing range, or if you were just in the infantry, there's more likely than not that it is connected to your service that your hearing loss is caused from that issue. So we help file that claim to help the veteran understand that there is evidence supporting that there is, excuse me, that there's evidence proving that this is service connected and getting you filling out those forms and supporting evidence to provide to the VA to get service connected disability. It is reviewed in severity. So a 0% service connection to 100% service connection, there are different benefits allotted to you. 0% getting you access to VA healthcare, which is still a service connection rating, by the way, is 0% is a service connection. It's recognized that the VA recognizes that you do have a condition. However, it's not severe enough for you to get a compensation, and you'll probably be in the lowest priority group for VA healthcare. Whereas if you're 100% service connected, you're looking at nearly $4,000 in monthly untaxed compensation, as well as free VA healthcare prescriptions and other benefits towards things like fishing license, disability placards, just a lot of different benefits through Calvet that you're able to access depending on your service connections. So just the requirements for filing a claim is just you've served in the U.S. military and you have a discharge other than dishonorable. So 5 discharge ratings, if I'm correct, is honorable, general, other than honorable, um, bad conduct discharge, and dishonorable. So as long as you don't have dishonorable, excuse me as I adjust my desk, you should be able to still file a claim through the VA. And then say if you did not qualify for the service connection, that you are in good health right now, however, you do not have VA healthcare and you are struggling financially to support yourself. However, you were a veteran that served honorably, and you have one of these conditions where you're either 65 or a disabled veteran, you may qualify for what is called wartime pension. So a veteran that served during a wartime was not in combat, wasn't deployed, but they served during wartime, and they meet this eligibility for income, which is in 2024, $150,000 in assets. That excludes your primary residence. So owning your home wouldn't consider it your primary vehicle, and your clothes are not considered your assets. But if you have $1 million car collection, you wouldn't qualify for this type of program. So wartime pension basically is proving the VA will support you with a monthly stipend of money similar to service connection. I believe it's around $1,500 a month. I wouldn't know for certain, but that would be once you qualify for that program, you can keep that on top of your social security, and that should help. You'll have access to VA healthcare. And if say it's something where you need in-home care, you do have that access to those programs now too. And that's just a part of if you don't meet the service connection requirement, this is another way to get into the VA healthcare system and other programs that support veterans. And another program is veterans burial. I'll talk about DIC too, which is survivor benefits. But VA burial, I believe there are, so once a veteran passes on, they the VA will help pay for portions of the healthcare. So, excuse me, of the burial. If it is a service connected passing, it's up to $2,000 the VA will help pay for. 1,500 as if it occurred before 2001. So post 9/11, pre 9/11, it's a different amount. So that's for a service connected death. So if a veteran is service connected for a cancer and they die of that cancer, they will get up to $2,000. If it's non-service connected, so if a veteran was hospitalized, they are sick, they can get up to $900, and then it's generally around $700 for some help for a non-service connected death. Uh, they will help with a procession to get the veteran to the burial place. Uh, and then there's also benefits to you can get funeral honors. I know in our county too, we work closely to get our American Legion acts as a 21 gun salute sometimes. They do a motorcade if you recommend it, and you can also do a presidential memorial certificate, which we can help you with. It's another VA form that can be filled out, and then the VA will provide a headstone and marker badge for the headstone if you are prefer to be into a national cemetery. And I would recommend too checking the availability of national cemeteries. In this area, San Bruno Golden Gate National Cemetery is full. I know they opened one up down the coast near Half Moon Bay, I believe, or no, excuse me, Monterey. Just to check availability. So if you're planning for it, you know where you want to be set. And then if they have space for your wife or your spouse, they do have those accommodations as well. Excuse me. And lastly, this is our information. So our website, I would recommend checking out too for a lot of your questions. If you need help with veteran services in any way, I would consider us the one-stop shop. Just knowing about what you qualify for, understanding what a compensation and pension exam. There's videos that'll help you out. But if you have any questions, please let me know.
All right, Alex, appreciate you being here today, and the information that you've shared is definitely useful for all California veterans. So Alex is going to hang around for a bit. I'm going to go ahead and let me share my screen again. Talk to you a little bit about the program that I work for. And while I'm doing that, if you guys have any questions for Alex, go ahead and put those in the Q&A tab. I see we already have a couple questions there. If Alex wants to get to those now, he can. If not, we'll save them for the Q&A at the end. But again, my name is Michael Cisneros. I am with the California Transition Assistance Program, or we call it CalTAP for short. I'm a training coordinator. I've been with the program for about 5 years now. Happy to be here and talk to you a little bit about what we do and how we work with veterans. So if you kind of put Calvet in, I wouldn't say hierarchy because we all do our part to help the veterans, but you could think of the federal USDVA and the state VA, right? Calvet falls underneath the state. Everything underneath that is going to go to the county or to those local service providers. So Alex is part of the County Veteran Service Office. He falls under the county. And then you have those local service providers like Source of Plowshares or American Legion, where you can also get support for veterans and family members. This is what our website looks like. If you go to calvet.ca.gov, there in the middle of the screen, you can find the CalTAP banner. That's going to take you to our webpage where you can find a little bit more about our pathways, which I'll discuss a little bit about here in a minute. You can also use our website to find your county veteran service office or the closest one to you. We have a find local CVSO tool there at the bottom of the screen. And I'll talk a little bit more about how you can also find your county veteran service offices easier. And then down at the bottom of the page, you'll see the Veterans Resource PDF. And again, I'm going to talk to you what that book is about, but if you want to click on that and look at what is available to you, you can find out all the different benefits that are available through the state and the federal government, and how to get those started. So this is what that book looks like, the Veterans Resource Book. You can find these at your county veteran service office or your college campus in the Veterans Resource Center. I like to say that this book is like gold for veterans. So basically everything we discussed today when it comes to your benefits can be found in this book. It's going to talk to you about eligibility requirements. It will talk to you about the different forms that are required for the benefit. And it's also going to help you tell you where to go to get those benefits started. Again, in this book, you can also find a section that's dedicated to county veteran service offices. So if you need another place to look to find the closest office to you, go ahead and check out the book. Excuse me. So what is CalTAP? So CalTAP is a transition assistance program that is designed for veterans of all eras to get connected to their state and to connect veterans to their state and federal benefits, as well as provide continuous support and assistance as their needs change over time. And so what we've done is we've just kind of made different pathways that focus on those programs and services, pathways like an entrepreneurship pathway, an employment pathway, there's an education pathway, and then we have a core curriculum pathway that focuses on those benefits that don't quite fit into the topics that I just mentioned. Our service provider pathway is there as well. We are just barely diving into this pathway, but if you know anybody that within your community or family members that do want to work with veterans, feel free to send them to our website to check out that curriculum. It's just talking about military culture and what to expect when you are working with veterans. So how do you use our website? How do you use CalTAP online? So this is the web page that I told you about earlier. So if you go to calvet.ca.gov and you click on that CalTAP banner, you're going to be taken to this page. Um, all the pathways are right there. You click on any one of those pathways, it's going to open it up to a modules page with more information that's broken down even further for you. This is what the modules page looks like. If you're curious to know what your benefits are here in California, you can always click on that core curriculum pathway. Module number 5 is going to take you there. And so what are those benefits? Well, the first one and one of the main benefits that we get the most questions on is going to be the fee waiver. So Calvet, this is probably one of the only, maybe it's one of the only education benefits that Calvet has to offer, but it's a tuition fee waiver for your child dependents. This is going to be as long as the veteran has a disability rating between 0 and 100, and the child's income level for this starting this school year is under the state poverty line. Then that child could go to any state funded school for free. So any UC, CSU, or California Community College, just as long as that student is a California resident. There is a way to have your spouse take advantage of this benefit. You just have to see if you're eligible for Plan A, which requires a veteran to have a disability rating of 100. But if that's the case, start off at your county veteran service office and they can get this paperwork started for you. You do have to be enrolled in a college also to take advantage of this benefit. We've also made it easier to identify as a veteran here in California. So now you can actually get the word veteran printed on your driver's license. It's just a $5 fee. Actually, I think they waived that fee now. Go in and starting off at the DMV or at your county veteran service office for this program. It just makes it so that you don't have to carry around your DD form 214 in your back pocket anymore. We also have the honoring veterans license plate and the motor vehicle registration fee waiver. Honoring veterans license plate program is going to be for all California residents. You don't necessarily have to be a veteran to show your support. And proceeds for this program do go towards veteran services across the state. With the motor vehicle registration fee waiver, you do have to have 100% disability rating, and your disability does have to affect your mobility. And if that's the case, then feel free to check out your county veteran service office to take advantage of this benefit as well. If you like to be outdoors, we have a fishing and hunting license that's offered at a reduced cost and a state park pass that's offered at no cost. Both of these benefits do require a 50% disability rating or more. And to take advantage of these, you'd want to start off either at the California Department of Fish and Wildlife or the Parks and Recs website. All right, tax programs. Tax programs are going to be different across the state. They differ just because of the different regions and where you want to live, how expensive it is depending on where you go. But if you are interested in these programs, we definitely recommend reaching out to your local county tax assessor, and they can tell you more about the property tax exemption. There are also other business license and tax fee exemptions out there as well. If you're interested in those, feel free to reach out to either myself or Cherie, and we can help you out with getting directed to those programs or somebody who can help you get them started. All right, our DVBE program, or Disabled Veteran Business Enterprise Program. So this is going to be for our veterans that are looking to start their own businesses. So veteran-owned business here in California gets to register in a website called CalEProcure. It's basically a database that has all the information for our veteran-owned businesses or any businesses that are going to be selling to the state. By certifying your business as a DVBE business, you get to participate in well, I wouldn't say participate, but you get a chance to compete for contract dollars that not a lot of people can. So each state or each department has a 3% solicitation goal for our DVBE contracts. Um, most or about 10 different departments have a DVBE first policy, meaning that all contract dollars are going to be going to veteran-owned businesses first. Um, and again, you get to participate in programs like the reciprocity program. Your business is going to be in Cal eProcure, which just makes it easier to find. Um, and yeah, it just makes it easier to sell to the state. There is a federal program as well, pretty much the same eligibility requirements. But if you're interested, feel free to reach out to myself or Cherie. We could talk to you a little bit more. We do have a couple of our DVBE colleagues who answer questions on a daily basis. So if we can't answer those questions, we could definitely connect you to somebody who can. Excuse me. All right. So our Calvet home loans, our Calvet home loan is going to be different than the federal VA home loan program. So Calvet actually has their own program, makes it easier for veterans to get into homes here in California, provides financing for veterans, competitive market interest rates, low to no down payments. But you do have to stay in the home. So you can take advantage of the federal VA and the Calvet home loan at the same time. But if you are taking advantage of the Calvet home loan, that's going to be your home that you do have to reside in. We have we have somebody that we work with all the time on these webinars for this program. I'm going to have Cherie put his contact information into the chat. If any of you guys are in the market right now or just want a little bit more information about this program, we definitely recommend reaching out to Brad Pedersen. He's really great at this stuff. He loves answering questions and he really cares. So for our women veteran, we have a program that offers information, advocacy, outreach, and support. Uh, Along with this program, we have our minority and underrepresented veterans program also that offers the same thing, information, advocacy, outreach, and support. Both of these do have a roster that you can sign up on. Basically, scanning that QR code is going to take you to a page to sign up for the roster so that you can be aware of what's going on with these divisions, the different outreach opportunities that are coming up. You know exactly what's going to be coming down the pipeline. This is what their website looks like. Again, just looking at the information that they provide and signing up and keeping in contact with them. With our minority and underrepresented veterans program, they also help with naturalization services. So if you are looking for that, feel free to reach out to that division or reach out to us so we can get you connected. All right. Homes for long-term care. There are 8 different homes here in California that Calvet manages. These homes provide long-term care for veterans when they need it. Each home is going to provide a different level of care. So down at the bottom of this little image, you see independent living, intermediate nursing care, memory care, outpatient clinics, residential care, assisted living, and skilled nursing care. So depending on what home your veteran wants to live in is going to decide what kind of care they're going to get, or what kind of care they need is going to have them choose which home they want to go into. So this is these are the different areas in California. So again, depending on what they're looking for is going to dictate where they live or where they want to live is going to dictate the kind of care that they're going to get. So some quick information about those homes. Emissions requirements, 55 years or older, must be a California resident, some kind of health insurance. Medal of Honor recipients have automatic admission. Yeah, if you have any questions about these homes, or you have a parent or a family member or a neighbor that needs assistance, feel free to reach out. We can definitely get them connected as well. Information about the cost. So they are going to be looking at your income level, and depending on what kind of care you need is going to depend on how much money they're going to be taking. Again, if you have any questions, again, you can reach out to us, me or Sheree, or you could reach out yourself to the different homes. All right, so cemeteries. We talked a little bit, or Alex mentioned a little bit about burial benefits earlier, and I'm pretty sure he mentioned something about the cemeteries. Calvet has four different, well, three cemeteries right now. The fourth one is, I believe they're working on that right now. It's going to be in Southern California. But if these are different than the federal VA cemeteries. So Calvet has a cemetery that's there off the Central Coast. So that's going to be off right next to Monterey. They have a cemetery in Redding. There's one in Napa, and the fourth one is going to be in Orange County. I'm not sure how far along they are with that fourth cemetery, but it is in the works. These are the national cemeteries that we mentioned earlier here in California: Bakersfield, Miramar, Sacramento Valley, Riverside, and San Joaquin. Some of the benefits that you could take advantage of through Calvet: opening and closing grave, care of grave site, headstone markers, burial flags, military honor ceremony is a big one. All right, so that was just a quick little snapshot of what's available to you through the state of California. Talked a little bit about those benefits and how you could get them started. Definitely, if you are looking to get your benefits or take advantage of your benefits, you do want to start off at your county veteran service office. So on our website, we do have a way to find out where the closest office is to you. First off, you can find it in the book. So if you look at your veterans resource book, there is a section dedicated to county veteran service offices and their contact information. You can also go to our website, calvet.ca.gov. Down at the bottom of the page, you can find a local CVSO that way, or you can use the Find a Service Provider tool at the top. Using that tool at the top will take you to this page. Put your zip code in, and it's going to spit out the different offices that are within the radius of that zip code. You can also use the phone number in the middle of the screen too. Find a CVSO. 1-844-SERVE-VET is going to get you connected to a phone line that will help you get connected to the closest office to you. So if you are looking to stay in touch with CalTAP and you want to know more about the different webinars or the different outreach opportunities that we're going to be working with or working on, you can always provide your non-DoD email address to that CalTAP inbox. That's going to put you on our mailing list, and every week we send out a weekly email that talks about those different webinars that are coming up. You can also register in MyCalvet. MyCalvet is just gonna it's a way to make the information on our website more relevant to what you're looking for. Kind of tailors that information to what you need. And then you can find us on our social media pages, our Facebook, our Instagram, and we do have a YouTube. All of our videos are recorded. We put them on our website underneath our archive section. The archive section is literally connected to our YouTube page. So if you check out our YouTube page, you can see all these recorded videos that we've done since COVID, since 2020. That's when we started putting these up. So feel free to check out the past topics that we worked on, the different service providers that we worked with. Get those resources if you need them. This is my contact information. If you feel free to reach out whenever, if you have any questions about what I discussed, or if you want to get connected to anybody or to anything, feel free to reach out and I can see what I can do. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the local interagency network coordinators now. We don't have our link here today, but Calvin Angel is going to be, he's the Central Coast and the Bay Area link right now. So he handles the whole entire coast, well, most of the coast right now. So links, local interagency network coordinators or links, there's going to be 8 different links across the state. If you look at this map, find out what county you live in, and then find out who your link is and reach out to them, get connected with them, get to know them. They're actually really good people. These people are familiar with services and programs that are outside of the state and the federal VA. And so, if you're looking for um, assistance with rent, or you need a new dishwasher. These people may know of programs or organizations within your area that actually offer that to veterans. So this is why you want to talk with your link. You want to get to know your link, and reach out whenever you need them. They take cold calls, obviously during business hours, but if you need them, they should be answering their phone right away. So they provide outreach to service members, veterans, and their family members. They make referrals and work directly with established service providers and networks. They assist with local emergencies and provide leadership and advocacy to local communities. So if you think about the fires that we had here in California a couple years ago up north, our Northern Valley Link Cole was the one who was there every single day, making sure that those veterans that had the Calvet home loan were taking advantage, or I'm sorry, were taken care of. They sit in they call them DRCs, which is a disaster relief center. And they wait for people to come to them, or they go to them, they go to those people. But they're there, they're boots on the ground. They're the ones that are in the communities that are helping, and help you get connected to state, federal, or even local benefits and services. So yeah, connected with state benefits. They could also help you out with getting connected to healthcare, the VA healthcare system if you needed. And then they also have connections with EDD and America's Job Centers of California. So this is Calvin's contact information. If you are in the Central Coast or the Bay Area, feel free to reach out to Calvin. He's the one who is going to help out and get you connected. I'm just going to go right back to this page real quick. Depending on where you fall in the state, take down that email address and reach out. Again, all 8 of the links are really great people. Well, actually 7 of them right now because Kevin is not around it right now. But all of them are great people. All of them have great connections and can definitely help out. All right. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Cherie, my colleague Cherie. She's going to help out with the questions and answers portion. And if there's anything, Sharif, then let's go ahead and get to it.
Awesome. Thank you, Michael. And thank you, Alex, for a great presentation this morning. Greatly appreciate it. Alex so kindly actually jumped in the Q&A already and answered quite a few questions. But Alex, there is one question or 2 questions. I think, Bob, the one that you are asking currently right now might be a little too detailed, and I actually would encourage you to personally connect with Alex in regards to the friend that your veteran friend that you're assisting, just because of preservation of any kind of like personal details and condition. I think that would be best to handle that privately. But there is an anonymous attendee that has a question about, does VA pay for the long-term care of residents inside the I'm assuming for long-term care, if they're looking to be a part of a long-term care facility, does the VA pay for that?
So the VA has programs within their network of long-term care facilities that they will assign the veteran to. The doctor will recommend it that they're seeing at the VA, and then also they are assigned a social worker. They'll put them in a long-term care facility. Um, that's in my experience, if a veteran is not in a networked one, they usually recommend that they pull that veteran out of that facility and move them to a VA facility. That's the way they'll pay for it. They won't necessarily help payments towards the long-term facility of your recommendation. They have contracts with local ones.
Thank you. I had a few people ask about the presentation of the slide deck. At the conclusion of this, I will put that in the chat. So no worries for everyone looking for the slide deck. I will drop it in the chat for you. So that will be available. And to anyone looking right now, all our emails are listed on the page as a great contact tool for you to reach out to us so that we can connect with you with any kind of further questions or assistance. That's it for now. I don't know if you have anything else to share, Alex or Michael, but those are all the questions that we have as of now that have been answered.
Yeah, I have nothing else to share. Like I said, like Sheree said, this this slide deck will be shared, can be sent out to those that want it. We are recording this, and so if you want to come back and watch it and you get some questions, you have some questions after that, feel free to reach out. But we will move on.
There's one question that came in.
Yeah.
I know that somebody would have a lot of questions. I think whatever's coming in right now is some really great ones, and I think this actually might be a good opportunity for this anonymous attendee to connect with Alex in regards to VA recognizing specific conditions and what kind of assistance might be available. I don't know if it'd be helpful if we pull up the slide that had the phone number for the San Mateo County Veteran Service Office, or Alex, if you'd be willing to put in a phone number there for the attendee to get in touch with the county
Sure.
so that we can get that person squared away. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, I'll put the phone number now in the chat right now. But yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And I do appreciate, I recognize the person who's talking in the chat, but I do feel like I think what's best is if you get direct assistance so that we can get that. There's also, what is the structure for copays at long-term care? Is the program for the indignant?
Indigent.
Yeah,
I would reach out just to give you more info on that too, because I'm off the top of my head, I'm not familiar with the copays of what the VA does for long-term care. But my familiarity is that it's not a copay system. It's get them in a contracted facility for that. If the payments, okay, there's no other payments other than the service connected ones that you qualify for.
thank you. At this time, there are no more open questions, but I do greatly appreciate you, Alex, for putting your contact information in there. And then also all our emails are listed. So if there's a question that might be just too personal and you don't want to ask share any too many details, be happy for you to, just drop in the Q&A or email us directly. But I'll turn it over back to Michael.
Right. Cool. Thank you, Sheree. Great questions and answer session. Let's go ahead. I believe we are coming down to the last couple slides. This slide right here is going to take you to our landing page for our upcoming webinars. So if you are curious about what's coming up, I believe next Thursday we're going to be working with U.S. vets on a suicide prevention and awareness webinar. But scanning this QR code is going to take you to that registration page along with the registration pages for the other webinars that are going to be coming up for the month of October as well. Okay, this is the last slide. Again, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for wanting to hear about this important topic. Thank you, Alex and the San Mateo CVSO for assisting us with this topic. You guys are great. You guys have always no problem stepping in and always give a great presentation. So I'm happy you guys are here working with us. If any of you guys have any questions that come up along the way, feel free to reach out to that 1-800 number. It's actually going to dial my phone or Sheree's phone or one of the other training coordinators that we work with. That CalTAP inbox is also checked on a daily basis as well. So any questions, do not hesitate to reach out and we will see how we can get you connected. Thank you again for being here, and we will see you guys at the next one.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Alex.